Hi, I'm Doug Schoen. I'm here with my friend and colleague, John LeBoutillier. We are political insiders. We are missing our esteemed and valued colleague, Mr. Pat Cadell, who is pursuing weighty other political matters now. But we will take on a subject that is near and dear to Mr. Cadell's heart, which is the breakdown of trust in the federal government. I want to put up full screen 2 Fox poll message you'd send the federal government. And I want to spend a little time on these numbers. In 2011, 50% said, I want the federal government to leave me alone. 44% said, lend me a hand. In 2012, just a year later, it was 53, leave me alone. 37, lend me a hand. And today, it's 59, leave me alone. 32, lend me a hand. John, what is going on?
Well, first of all, as a small C conservative Republican, I can't tell you how happy I am with these numbers, because it means that 59%, 6 out of 10 voters in America now believe that the government can't help and only hurts things, and I don't want them in my life. Well, that is what conservatism is believed in, that government can't do all these things. So just when we've gotten to 6 out of 10, the Republican Party, which is supposed to be the conservative party, has never been more unpopular, as we'll see in another poll, that they've missed the boat here on grabbing a hold of the majority of Americans and being with them when they've arrived here. I think it's a hugely significant thing, and I think it's...
What should the Republican message be off of this data? What should they be saying?
I think they need to have exactly what we've talked about on our show. A positive agenda to change the country that does not involve new government bureaucracies and big spending. How about things to gin up economic growth, to get the country's economy growing again? Isn't that what we never hear about?
We never hear about it.
And that's the one thing, if you talked about it, people would say, I want to hear more about that.
I think the other thing they want is they want economic growth, but they want government out of their lives, the overreach of government. We've talked about the NSA. We've talked IRS. And, people's attitude is, just let me lead my life.
Yeah. Well, if you go to the next one, if we can...
let's put up full screen 3.
Because this, I think, ties into it, Doug. So,
how frustrated are you and upset with the news media? 48, very upset. Congressional Democrats and Republicans, 44. Let's stop on that, John. What do you make of that?
Well, they're upset with Congress, and they're upset with both parties. And there's not much to commend them about either one. What is there that the Republicans or the Democrats in Congress have done that's positive to talk about? They just are at each other's throats all the time.
How about Obama at 40?
Well, he gets a little less blame. Now, he's at 40, which you said on this show once, and I've quoted you many times, that's his base. He's got a base of liberals, minorities, hardcore Democrats who are not going to leave Barack Obama. Right. He's not going to 25 the way George W. Bush did. That 40 is his bottom.
Incumbents in general at 38.
Yeah.
That's anti-incumbent sentiment?
Yeah. And the Tea Party's gotten unpopular.
Right. And the Supreme Court at
not
27.
That unpopular. No. Not that bad. The media one I find fascinating, and this network is not really included, I don't think, in most of that, because I think we're an anti-establishment network.
I think this is mainstream media.
Mainstream media.
What Sarah Palin calls the lamestream.
Lamestream, or the corrupt media. And I think that Fox should pay attention to that 48%. There's more people out there who listen to what we have to say here that aren't hearing it elsewhere.
Do you think that a message of complete change, throw the bums out, would appeal to this electorate?
If it's not tinged with anger, if it's tinged with credibility, I think it can work. I think Obama represented that in 2008. He was out of the box, obviously a black man, never been a black president and all that, and the rhetoric was great. But he's been such a major disappointment. If the country's going to go for another out of the mainstream man or woman, it's got to be a little different. It's got to have a little more gravitas to it. You buy that?
I do buy it, and I would also ask our audience and friends to come 7:30, Fox News report weekend, political insiders. John and I will be there with Pat Cadell and our host, Harris Faulkner. We'll be talking about the news of the week. Join us this Sunday, 7:30. Thanks for viewing today.